If there's one bad habit that plagued my guitar playing and kept me stuck in my intermediate phase more than anything, it was picking up the guitar every day and doing this. Yeah, random, unintentional noodling was what I did every day I picked up the guitar to practice. And whilst there's nothing wrong with a bit of noodling here and there, it is not a substitute for a focused practice session. So to fix that, today I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can start using today that will serve your lead guitar progress a whole lot more than daily noodling ever will. And stick around to the end of the video if you want to learn how you can get a chance to win this Vidami Blue foot controller, which makes learning guitar online 10 times easier. Anyway, here is exercise 1. Yeah, practicing over a backing track. Wow, what a revolutionary exercise. I know, guys, but hear me out because there's a little more to this exercise than type guitar backing track into YouTube. There's actually 4 action steps within this one exercise, so pay attention. So there is a right way and a wrong way to go about practicing with backing tracks. The wrong way is what I used to do in my intermediate phase and what so many other intermediate players do as well, and that is hit play and start soloing before they've even learned the chord progression to the track. And then you're left wondering why your solos sound disconnected from the music and why your licks never flow through the chord changes the way that you want them to. So instead of trying to solo over the track immediately, just take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to learn the chord progression first. Fortunately, a lot of YouTube backing track channels have the chord progressions annotated in their videos, but even if they don't, trying to work it out by ear will make you a better musician. So take that 5 minutes to do that. Now, the backing track that I'm using today is inspired by Electric Gypsy by Andy Timmons, and it's a very simple chord progression in D major. D major, A major, B minor, and G major. So just grab your guitar and play through the chords with me now. You can use bar chords, open chords, whatever you like, it doesn't really matter. The point of doing this is just to internalize the structure of the progression before you solo over it. Okay, now once you've done that a few times and memorized the chord progression, you can move on to the second part of this exercise, which is to mix rhythm playing with lead playing. So instead of jumping straight into a full solo for the track, since you're probably still getting comfortable memorizing the progression, what you can do instead is strum the first chord, solo over the next chord, then strum the next chord, and solo over the next chord. For example. So what I was doing there was strumming the D major chord. And then for the A major chord, I played a lead line over it. Then I went back to rhythm playing for the B minor. And then I went back to lead playing for the G major. Now, why would you want to do that instead of just playing a full solo? Well, targeting chord changes in a full solo is difficult when you're first getting started with it. It's really difficult, in fact. And most intermediate players try to solo over the entire progression right away, which usually leads to one of 2 things happening. Either they panic and fall back on the same pentatonic licks they've been playing for years, or they start just wandering aimlessly through scale patterns, hoping that they'll magically find some combination of notes at the perfect time. And so this exercise, it takes a lot of the pressure off. Think of it like stabilizers on a bike. By switching between rhythm and lead playing, you're only responsible for highlighting one chord at a time in your solo. That makes it much easier to hear how the notes that you're playing relate to the harmony underneath. And over time, that awareness starts carrying over into your full solos. And now if you're sitting here thinking, well, that sounds great, Ross, but how do I actually know which notes to target over each chord? How do I come up with those lines for the lead parts in the first place? Well, that's exactly why I put together my free melodic soloing masterclass for stuck intermediate players who are a bit tired of noodling all the time and are ready to learn the art of melodic soloing. Inside that masterclass, I'll show you a simple framework for creating solos that actually follow the chord progression instead of just running up and down scale patterns. You'll also get tab files and the exact same backing track that I'm using in this video, so you can practice everything alongside me. You can sign up for free using the link in the description box beneath the video. So steps 1 and 2 for exercise 1 were to first learn and play through the chords, just entirely rhythm playing, right? Then switch to a blend of rhythm and lead. So that's rhythm for the first chord, lead for the second chord, so on and so forth. So once you're comfortable with that, move on to step 3, which is play a full solo over the track. So to keep things simple, you might want to start by just playing one simple line for each chord, maybe something like this. So those were the 3 steps for exercise 1. First, just learn the chords, memorize those progressions, and play through them rhythmically. Then switch to a blend of lead and rhythm playing. Then move on to entirely lead playing, right? Just a full solo, no chords or anything like that. Now for exercise 2, we're gonna do the exact same 3 steps. You're gonna play through the chords, switch to a blend of rhythm and lead, and then play lead only. So what is the difference between exercise 2 and exercise 1? Well, in exercise 2, we're going to remove the harmonic content from the backing track so that it's just the drums alone. Let me show you what I mean. Now, if you're watching this on a phone, it might have been hard to hear, but I basically removed the bass from the backing track so that there was no harmonic content, no chords or bass lines to lean on, nothing to keep me right if I lose track mid-solo and think, wait, what chord are we playing over? Which meant that in every stage of the exercise, I had to be the one to keep things on track with the chord progression. Now, that is easy for steps 1 and 2, where you're strumming chords and occasionally dropping in those lead lines. But for step number 3, when it's just you playing lead over drums alone, it gets a lot harder because you're having to keep track of the chord changes in your head without hearing them being played by anyone else, right? So how do you actually remove the harmonic content from the backing track? There's loads of AI tools out there today that you can use for backing tracks you've downloaded where you just drop in the file and it lets you separate the stems for like guitar, bass, and drums. I use one called Moises.ai. This is not sponsored or anything. It's just what I use. Use whatever you like. Now, the third and final exercise sounds like this. So yeah, exercise 3 is going to be the hardest of the bunch because not only have we removed the harmonic content from the backing track, we've actually just, removed everything. There's no backing track. There's no drums to keep time with. And so you have to be the one to keep time yourself and be conscious of the chord changes and navigate them alone without hearing any chords played by anyone else, right? It's just you alone. So I've gone through every exercise now, but what is the actual point of practicing this way? Well, it forces you to play lead guitar with both harmonic and rhythmic intent. You're having to think carefully about your note choices and your timing, which is going to increase the musicality of your lead playing so much more than random noodling ever could. Now, if you are someone who watches a lot of guitar content like this on YouTube, you might get frustrated by having to take your hands off your guitar to like pause, rewind, or slow down parts of a guitar lesson. And that's exactly what this device here called the Vidami Blue solves. It's a foot controller that allows you to control video playback without having to take your hands off your guitar. It can also be used to control recording software and as a page turner for digital sheet music. And I've recently partnered with them to integrate this product with my own website. So all of my courses are now fully compatible with this device. But let me just quickly show you how much friction this removes from the process of learning guitar from online video lessons. Okay guys, so this is the Vidami Blue foot controller. Obviously, I'm not using it with my feet right now, but I'm just showing it you this way so you can see my screen and the controller and how it affects playback. So I've got one of the videos from a course of mine up on the screen here. And so let me just hit play. Okay, and we'll pause that, what you can do with the foot controller, right? But let's say we want to go back to the start of that and create a loop of just the first part of that lick that you heard. Well, we can do this. Hit the loop button now. Okay, that's creating the loop right now. And now what I've done is I've hit the loop button again to create the loop. And so if I hit play again, it's just gonna loop that continuously, okay? See? But what's more is that you can actually control the speed of that loop, or even without the loop on, you can control the speed of the video. So let's say you want to slow it down. Right? And let's clear the loop. We can also go forward, we can fast forward the video. First Aeolian pentatonic scales. Here it's we can rewind. Heard this line E8. This. Anyway guys, just wanted to show you a quick overview of how you can use this for video playback. Again, obviously it's much better if you're actually using it with your feet, but I just wanted to show my screen and the controller in one so you can get an idea of what this can do. Now, Vidami have kindly agreed to do a giveaway for my subscribers. So one of you watching this could win one of these Vidami Blue foot controllers. The giveaway is open up until the 2nd of July, 2026. So if you want to enter, just click the link in the description box beneath the video to find out all the details. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.